Hi Taylor, I apologize for how long this took me. This is your general reading, and this is order number 3509. So I know that you got your order like ages ago. I have my computer here. This is just incense smoke, okay? Just so that you know. So I know that you got your order ages ago. Why am I shuffling this like that? But I think that you need something else. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it's this reading or if it's something in a book. It's not to purchase. It's something you have. And I think you know what I'm referring to. So let me let me start shuffling and getting you going on the reading. This is where I'm getting your energy from, just as a heads up. Please let me know how this resonates as well, as I just want to make sure that I got the correct energy. This is available to you always. So if you want to rewatch it, you're more than welcome to. If it's getting too much, then just come back to it. If you want to share it, that's totally cool. I would watch it by yourself first and then go from there. Okay? Because since it's a private reading, I would recommend to watch it by yourself first, and then if you'd like to share it with others, then you are more than welcome. In between my shuffling of my decks, I am going to pause unless something's coming to me, just as a heads up, just so that you don't have to like sit there and watch me shuffle. You're really into Halloween, aren't you? I feel like you're a Halloween person. You like all holidays, but Halloween is pretty up there, I think. You're having some stuff happen, too. Are you having stuff happen? Like, spiritually? The reason for that, if it is happening, or it's probably going to start happening, is because the veil is thinning. On Halloween, it's at its thinnest, and then 6 months later, at the summer solstice, it's the thinnest as well. So, you're generally around those times, I feel like things kind of really kick up a notch for you. I'm getting goosebumps. I think you might be able to feel me, because the cards are kind of like not wanting to come out, but they're wanting to come out. You're kind of having a rough week, are you? I think you're having a rough week. All right. So the first card that came out was forgiveness. The first card that comes out tends to set the tone of all my readings. This is about apology, grace, and moving forward. I feel like you're really stuck on something from your past, and you keep going back to your past. You keep kind of second guessing things, or having nostalgic moments, like reminiscing in the past about a certain thing or person. This card is about having that grace and having that momentum to forgive what's happened, regardless of what happened. Acknowledge it. Not necessarily forgive it, but acknowledge it, be graceful about it, and then try and move forward and leave it in the past. Because the past is in the past. I heard something the other night, and it kind of stuck with me, where if you let go of something in your past, that ex job is an ex for a reason. That ex boss is an ex for a reason. That ex-boyfriend, or whichever, however you put it, or ex-friend, is an ex for a reason. So don't second guess yourself. You know what I mean? So this is about being graceful and moving forward from this. I think that your ego might be getting in your way. So having that pride and feeling like you might be a little bit more superior to something, and it's like a false sense of self. And this is where the second guessing is coming in. So divine guidance popped out shortly after that. So this is about having some sort of guidance on the subject. So this could be this reading. It could be in, I think it's angel numbers. Are you seeing a lot of numbers? So there's some sort of synchronicity that your guides are trying to get across to you to kind of help with this. Because right now you're just kind of internally really struggling and just like want to blah up of the world, okay? So you might even be having like certain comments in individuals like set you off like a switch where you're really happy-go-lucky one minute, and then all of a sudden your mood just switches every once in a while. So it's not all the time, but you're very triggered by certain things. You want a happy ending, and you will get a happy ending once you kind of, again, let go of all the shit that's in the background, okay? So you got to have that completion because you have abundance in your life. You are achieving your goals. It's just you need to see it from an outside perspective. Put yourself in somebody else's shoes and then look at yourself. You are very hard on yourself, okay? So this is about nobody's perfect. There's always going to be some flaws, but do what you can to the best of your ability, okay? And the bottom is justice. It can be about legality. It could be about accountability as well. And for me, for you, my ear is ringing right now, is balance. Balancing is huge right now, okay? And having that karmic truth for you. I feel like this one's really important for you too, the full moon. So releasing, ending that crappy cycle and cleansing it away from you so that you're not harboring onto it anymore. So let me see what the next cards say. Just give me one sec. Okay. So as I'm shuffling, I'm just like, antisocial comes to mind. Struggling mentally. I don't want to pry and I don't really want to know because this is personal. But if you are going through some major shit, reach out to CHMC, the Mental Health Association, because I think they could benefit if you're really going through a lot of shit. Because the next deck that I grabbed is like my darker deck. So I think you have gone through a lot of shit and you are a really good person. And I think it's kind of like that empath, narcissistic paradigm that's going on. So you're just generally wanting to help everyone. And some individuals don't really see it for the way that it should be. You know what I mean? Like they might even be taking advantage of you. You're a yes person. You're always like wanting to say yes, wanting to be like a little bit in your own, like you have a say, but there's sometimes where you say yes when you really want to say no, don't you? The antisocial card popped out. Oh, what? All right. So I feel like there's a lot of drama at your workplace too. So there's someone in your life who's very hot-headed and very like easily triggered. I don't think this is you, but this is where your flip of the switch kind of maybe comes from because you're feeding off of them. So somebody in your life is very angry and very hot-headed. If it's not their way, it's a highway kind of deal. I don't know if it's a work colleague, but it's somebody that you see very often. And denial came out in reverse. So this angry person is in denial. And they're kind of refusing to see things from other people's perspectives. And they're very dismissive of other people's thoughts and actions and those sorts of things. So this came out together, the antisocial and clingy. So I feel like this is kind of you. So you're just kind of avoiding things. Not just necessarily like antisocial with others, could be. But I think that you yourself are more of like a homebody. I don't feel like you really go out clubbing like every weekend and that sort of thing. I feel like you're very reserved. But at the same time, you almost feel like you're very alone too. So That's where the antisocial card comes in. And the clingy is about like, there's some sort of like codependency going on, and I think that it might be with this angry person, and you just keep holding on to this person and trying to help them, and it's almost like not really borderline obsession, but you really care for that individual. You talk to your sister about it too. I think you talk to your sister quite a bit about this sort of stuff, and that's kind of your safe place. That's your go-to spot for getting advice and seeing what they have to say, and then you kind of take it or leave it kind of deal. Okay, so this whole antisocial, reserved, and holding back, know that you're not alone. Know that you can make changes with this. And again, if it's really this bad, then again, there's always that support system out there that you can get help from a professional, okay? But bossy came out next. So bossy can go about like dominant, controlling, sometimes harsh in a way. So this is, again, kind of about your angry person. So they tend to be kind of bossy, but they don't see it as bossy. They see it as like just having order and structure, but they're going about it the wrong way. So I don't know how to get this person to see things for how it truly actually is. You know what I mean? Like, that's hard. Because it's not narcissist. It's more of like just built up angry shit from the past that's still affecting them. You know what I mean? So we have offensive and toxic that came out sideways. So when my cards come out sideways, you may know this. When my cards come out sideways, it's like past, present, and future. And when they're like this, it's like they're in upright. So something is toxic. So there's a lot of chaos going on with this. And it's very unhealthy. It's unhealthy for you. It's unhealthy for those around you guys. Okay? And it kind of puts you on the offensive. And it has for quite a while. And if you keep this cycle going, it's going to continue. Because this person is not seeing how they truly are. Okay? So this offensive is like, there's hurtful words. There is hurtful actions. It's almost like they're disrespecting. But in their eyes, they aren't. Okay? So I don't know how to go about it. Because I feel like when you try and talk to them, they just blow up. They just get that hot-headed, angry feeling again. So that's where this chaotic, toxic crap comes from, okay? So that's where this is. And the next card was dramatic. So the dramatic card is about, like, you feel like it's very excessive. And it's very, maybe, artificial and robotic-like. And it's like, is this real? Or is it unreal? Is it an exaggeration? Or is this actually happening? Like, you're second guessing how this person actually is. Okay? So you're like, okay, well, are they just actually being dramatic, or is this like how they actually are? No, they're like this. Okay? So what you are seeing is real. Okay? And it's not artificial. It's not made up in your head. This is just how I'm feeling. Okay? Then the bottom of the deck is logical. So you have to make a rational decision. It's going to go one way or the other, okay? And only you can make this decision, okay? Because you care for this person quite a bit. And it's almost like they're oblivious to what they're actually doing because they don't want to listen. And it's almost like it's justifiable in their eyes, okay? So you have to be the voice of reason and rationality to try and get them to see how they truly are, but I don't know how to do it without ticking them off. You know what I mean? So I'm not really good with that because I've never really been good with confrontation. Because, yeah, and I'm even worse now with my ex-husband because he just fucked with my head because he was a true narcissist. So I'm much better than where I was, but I'm still not great at giving advice for your situation. You know what I mean? So don't feel guilty. Don't feel ashamed. Don't feel like, oh God. Because I feel like that might be where you're kind of heading right now in your thought pattern. So let me pause and let me see what other cards come out. Just give me one sec. Okay. So this one is pretty much kind of reiterating the other decks. The first one that came out was North Node, Cosmic, and Purpose. So I actually looked up what North Node is because I haven't had my full coffee yet. So North Node, or the true node, is basically a point in your birth chart that reflects the moon's nodes and represents where you'll learn life lessons. So the North Node represents where the lunar nodes were at the time you were born. So it has a physical celestial body like Mars or Jupiter. So what stood out to me is represents where you'll learn life lessons. So there's some sort of cosmic purpose to all of this so that you can learn your lesson from it. It's a shitty lesson, but I know that you are stronger than you think you are, and you will get through all this. You have your lacks, you have your doubts, you feel very, again, secluded and very like defeated and just like, I just want to be invisible. I just want to be by myself and just kind of, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out on my own. Ego came out again. Okay. So again, don't feed in to your ego. This card was interesting. Contract, careers, and commitments. And then this stood out to me: until death tear us apart. Tear us apart. Okay. And then notice at the bottom, this really stuck out to me too. Saturn. So the Saturn as a planet, the spiritual meaning behind Saturn is about testing and initiation. Okay. So it's associated with both the root chakra and the crown chakra. The Saturn represents the structure, discipline, concentration, severity, detachment, rigidity, maturity, wisdom, responsibility, frustration, inhibition, isolation, separation, failure, dryness, heaviness, and authority. How much of that did that resonate? Okay, so again, this isn't like willy-nilly kind of stuff. This is like, when this card comes out, the contracts, careers, and commitments, it's binding. It's not like a willy-nilly kind of thing. It's like document, paper, really like hardcore kind of deal, okay? And then integration union came out. So I feel like, I don't think this is your partner though. I think this is somebody else, but you might lean on your partner to help you through all of this. That's how I'm reading this. But then we got, because this came out with Earth sign. So whoever this union is, it's with somebody that has Earth in their chart, okay? So that's how I'm reading this, all right? Or you need to get back to grounding and like just recentering yourself so that you can be truly authentic and true to yourself. So Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, okay? Fate and detours. It's almost like you feel like helpless and you feel very struck by lightning. And this is a detour. This is something that you, unfortunately, maybe signed up for. If you believe in that sort of thing, that's why I say maybe. I don't know if I truly believe that we sign up for what we go through in our life, because I don't think I would have signed up for what I went through in my past. However, if you believe in that sort of thing, then it is fate. It is divine purpose. It is for you to grow and learn from. But you have quite a bit, again, guilt and things going on, and I think that you are self-sabotaging because you're so caught up in your head about this thing. Bottom of this deck is Venus in Offer. Just after that was Mercury and messages and travel and communication. So I feel like there's going to be some sort of offer on the table for you to kind of help guide you through all of this, and it's going to come in a message form. So I don't know if it's this or if it's going to be some other kind of sign, but it is going to be definitely a sign to kind of help guide you through all of this. So if you're seeing any repeating, I think it's numbers, if you see any repeating numbers over the next, I want to say, a couple weeks, then look up those numbers and see what their meanings are, and then kind of go from there, because I just split the deck. because this is something that I think you need to like nip in the butt sooner rather than later. I'm sorry this is how it came out. Let me know how this resonated. I really hope that this is the right energy, but at the same time, I'm kind of hoping not. So again, let me know. Keep me posted. Send me an email or a message through the shop is even better because sometimes emails get lost. But yes, let me know. Take care of yourself, and you got this. I know you do. And again, just make sure that you're veiling not as much as you can, but when you feel anything around you, because I think that's a huge influence on you right now too, because of lovely Halloween right around the corner. So thank you again. Thank you so much, and I will talk to you later.